Happy Thursday, everyone. Andy and Steve from WagerTalk.com going over the Road to Millions on August 3rd. Got a short little show today, but we do need to go over a few things. We will recap yesterday's plays. We will go to the betting lab, talk about some betting notes, things we've noticed, and we're up 7 units so far this week. So I want to go over what the potential strategies are and what we're going to be doing this week, and then of course we will go over the streak of the day. Plays that are up right now on wagertalk.com. We've got the Major League Baseball play of the day on a really, really nice start to August. UFC best bet of the week is out, and tennis plays. There's one that is up right now for all access, and then I believe we're going to have a 3% play later today. It's going to be 2% or 3%. So we got some really good tennis tournaments. If you missed yesterday's show and you're curious about where to bet tennis and how to bet it, we covered that yesterday on the different websites. So go grab those plays if you haven't already on wagertalk.com. And let's get into yesterday's recap, Steve. Gosh, it's nice when you don't have to sweat a baseball game, isn't it?
Yeah, no sweat win for us yesterday with the Rangers on the run line. Outside of a little bases loaded 2-out jam in the first inning that Dane Dunning managed to work out of. He struck out 11. He was, I'd say, the MVP of the game outside of maybe Corey Seager returning to the Rangers lineup. Home run, 3 RBI in the game, and it was no sweat. 11-1 Rangers, and it was about the easiest victory we've had in quite some time.
It is so much better when you're up early in a game. Like when they got up early, it was just like this weight lifted off your shoulder. I mean, obviously you always want to be winning, but like in football, if you bet on a team and the other team, goes down and kicks a field goal or even scores a touchdown on the first possession, it's like, we got all game. In baseball, man, if you're betting on a team and the other team goes up in like the first or second inning, it's like my night's ruined. I don't know why it's so brutal in baseball.
It's funny you say that because I was looking at it from kind of the opposite side of things where, like in that first inning at the White Sox, they get a clutch hit there out of, I think it was maybe Vaughn that had come up with 2 outs, bases loaded. They get a clutch hit right there and they score 2 or 3 runs, or even they put one out of the yard, and suddenly you're behind 2, 3, 4 runs, and it just seems like a hole that you can't crawl out of sometimes in the MLB. You are right. When you start ahead, it's such a great feeling. It really feels like you win. Obviously, you win the majority of them, but it's a relief for sure.
And the beautiful thing about that was when the White Sox blew it with their opportunity, and then they just come right back and give up a couple runs. You just knew it was over.
Yeah,
you were just like, the White Sox, they're not coming back from this one.
And then they poured it on in the second inning. They had that huge rally in the second inning, and from that point on, it was 7-0. So it was just lights out at that point.
Yeah, baseball is off to a great start in August. We grabbed those 2 units last night, and I talk about being up. Man, is it nice on Road to Millions to be up to start the week, because now we have a lot of options. We'll get to that here in just a minute, but let's go to the betting lab. Thought it interesting. What were the 3 teams that you brought up to fade? And they all got hammered last night. So take note. I mean, we talked about fading these teams. I think we know our strategy moving forward. You want to go one by one with these teams? The White Sox, I mean, they seemed anemic last night.
Yeah, 100%. And then same with the Rockies, right? They lost. They got crushed by the Padres. And then we also had mentioned the Mets. They traded away Scherzer and Verlander, and they lost as well. We'll touch on that later. They lost. On top of that, they lost to the Royals, who continue to be the ML.
They lost to the juggernaut.
Yeah, 5 in a row, man. Keep stacking them up.
Yeah, so White Sox get beat 11-1. The Mets get shut out by the Royals. The Dodgers kill the Athletics 10-1. And 11-1 by the Rockies. These bad teams all got their heads kicked in yesterday. I mean, obviously they're not going to lose every single game, but man, it's tough to ignore some of these results and not say, how do we not fade most of these teams?
Yeah, all of those teams that we mentioned are definitely fade material. Moving forward, it's amazing when the Padres play in Colorado, seeing some of these player props, for guys like Machado and Tatis and Bogarts hitting, Soto, guys like that. Their props, I think that I might have seen a 3.5 yesterday on the hits plus runs plus RBIs. That Coors Field do a lot for a hitter.
And I'm not taking the you're just not taking the under on those. So,
No,
one other thing I noticed is the Braves, their team total when they win is just I mean, so they put up 12 against the Angels, 5 against the Angels before they lost, but then before that, 8, 11, and 10. And then when they lose, so I don't know. I don't know if there's something to be had there at the Cubs here. It could be an interesting series, but I was noticing the Braves. It's like if they win, they don't win these low scoring games. Like they don't win 2-1. They win
no.
10-7, 11 games, but when they lose, their bats just go ice cold. So I don't know. There's something interesting. I was looking at the Braves. I don't know if there's anything to do there, but I don't know. I guess if you think they're going to win, might as well take their team total over.
Yeah, for the most part, that offense is a juggernaut, and I've seen a lot of people riding their over on team totals throughout the season. But that's a spot that most of the time we're looking at the opposite side of things. Fading the
Yeah.
poor teams as opposed to riding the hot teams.
Tomorrow, I'm going to talk a little CFL. I believe there's going to be a player prop that I'm really excited about. So I'll go over that tomorrow. Golf is off to a great start. Steven Yeager, who we had to make the cut, he's in the lead as of right now. He's -6 through like 10 holes. So that is looking good. Our other golfer tees off later this afternoon. So we lost a 2% tennis play earlier, and I guess we can just kind of start going into that we're up 7 units so far this week. So there are some options here that you guys can do and that we can do. If you're not like if you don't need the action or you're not really excited about watching, you're more than welcome to just stop right now and grab your 7 units. If you're cautious and you just are very, very happy with grabbing 7%, by all means, you can pull back. And we have plays that are pending. So, we don't really have that luxury. Like we have the UFC play that is in, we have our 2 golf plays that are in. So we're obviously going to be um, continuing on. We could pull back in baseball, and I guess we kind of have a little bit because we don't have a lot of bets, but I don't think we're gonna lower the percentage yet in baseball. I like our reads. I like where we are. August is off to a great start. So I think even though we're up 7 units, I think we're just gonna keep going throughout the weekend with our normal baseball schedule. I know Corbin loves these tennis tournaments, so we always play our tennis plays at the normal percentages. So for us on the road to millions, I think it's a good opportunity to try and really, really have a big week because I like where we're at, Steve.
Yeah, I mean, if people wanted to pull back and just call it a week, it's not the worst strategy in the world. I was thinking about it even with the MLB this week. We're 3-0 to start the week. That's a great start, and it could just be the end of it. The issue here, though, is that this kind of is a sweet spot I feel like of the season for us as far as what we do as far as fading some of these poor teams and stuff like that. And I think there's a lot of different spots this weekend that you could consider a series to circle. We'll narrow it down to the 1 or 2 top ones that we love the most and use those obviously. But yeah, I just think that right now staying the course in the MLB would basically, would probably at least at the very, very worst break even on the weekend and still have a big week.
Yeah, we're going to monitor carefully that if we lose a couple, maybe we'll just grab the units. But I really like the spot that we're in. Like I said, one of our golfers looks like he's well on his way to making the cut. The guy's in the lead, so I think we're in a good spot. So I don't think we're going to increase the amount of plays. If anything, just tighten it up even just a little bit. And we'll see where we're at on Monday. But I really, really like where we're at. And honestly, what do we have? Like 2, 4, 6 plays that are out right now, plus the baseball. So we don't even have that many units that are actually out there pending or in play. So pretty happy with where we're at. We're at +7. I think this could be a good week to really bring in some units. A plus 10 unit week would just be really awesome. And I think we've set ourselves up really nice for that. So meantime, that's what we're going to do. Expect 2% plays. I don't know if the tennis play is going to be 3%, but if it is, just follow the percentages like what we do. So tomorrow we'll be going over what we have for the weekend, any other looks that we may have, and I will go over the player prop that I'm interested when it comes out in the Canadian Football League. Let's do streak of the day. First off, review the streak of the day. Steve, you talked about the Royals, and they get the shutout. Hottest team in baseball, your Kansas City Royals. And hey, why not go back to the Royals for the streak of the day? All right, go over last night, and what do we notice about them today?
Yeah, we mentioned the Royals yesterday up sitting at plus 160, facing the Mets, and it
Bargain,
was it was
bargain.
definitely a bargain for especially for the hottest team in the MLB. They walk away with a no sweat 4-0 shutout win. The Mets offense seems completely lifeless right now, and then trading away those pitchers is going to catch up with them as well. Today, the Royals are sitting there at negative 118. It's kind of about a pick 'em, because the Mets are also just slight negative money as well. And Singer has been much better than Carrasco, that's for sure. I mean, Carrasco has been getting lit up. Singer's been pretty sharp, especially over his last 3 starts. I'd still give the Mets a slight advantage in the bullpen. But, on the other side of things, I guess the Royals, they have our arch nemesis, Bobby Witt Jr., too. So that's a huge advantage in the lineup for sure. It's not an official play, but you could do worse than taking a shot on the Royals again today.
When we say it's not an official play, I mean it is like this much away from being an official play when you look at what Carlos Carrasco has been doing against the Nationals. 2 1/3, 8 hits, 8 runs against your Red Sox, Steve's 2 1/3, 10 hits, 5 runs against the White Sox. Before that, 4 2/3, 6 hits, 4 runs. He had a good outing against Arizona, but my gosh, Carrasco has just been absolutely lit up. So we're gonna play it cautious. I don't know. We may have to talk about this one, Steve. We have to talk really hard about getting involved with the Royals.
Yeah, I just can't wrap my head around trusting them. It's still, you know what I mean? Even after 5 wins in a row, I mean, keep in mind, remember, this is against the Twins, right? And then the Mets. So not the stiffest competition. I know the Twins are first place in the Central, but that series against the Royals said it all to me for the Twins. I don't trust that team either right now. So
Well, them not stiff competition. My gosh, the ones tonight talk about not good competition. Holy smokes! So I don't know. We'll have to see. But you're right. You could bet a lot worse things on the card than the Royals to beat up on Carlos Carrasco. There's a lot of ways you could go about it. The first 5 is always an option if you just want the starting pitchers. That might actually be a smart way to go about it. You could look at the Royals team total, even the team total in the first half. There's ways to go about it. I think we're happy with where we're at. I was talking with Corbin last night. It's like, winning's really hard in this business. And when you're up, it's a real advantage. And sometimes it's really easy to give away those units when you push when you shouldn't. So I think we need to exercise some patience. When I say we, I mean me. I need to exercise some patience. But I
yeah,
don't know, man.
the first 5 might not be a bad way to attack it, honestly, just because, like I said, the Royals bullpen has been a rough go all year, and then they've just traded Chapman away, and he was their best reliever. You know what I mean? So, or one of their best relievers. So
Yeah.
you can't trust that bullpen. So the first 5 with Singer pitching pretty well and Carrasco just getting lit up might not be a bad look.
Yeah. So leave a comment below. Tell us if you like the show, if you want to see anything else, if you have a question about the Road to Millions or any other strategies, let us know if you play the Royals. Please let me do, because nothing would make me happier than the Royals up 5-0 at the end of the 5th and you guys are telling us, yeah, we bet the first 5. Why didn't you guys? So yeah, please leave a comment. It lets us know what you like and what you don't like. It tells Wager Talk what we're doing right and wrong. And please like and subscribe to us. So tomorrow we'll have a little bit more information for the weekend for you guys, a few more tidbits. So right now we're very, very happy. Up +7 units for the week gives us a lot of options on the road to millions. So good luck on this Thursday, and we will see everyone tomorrow.
Good luck tonight.